Hi, I'd like to begin with an apology. I'm going to read to you from an epic poem that I'm writing with my girlfriend, so I'm sorry about that. But hopefully I can do it with all the humbleness of a dying roadside animal, because I'm otherwise quite uncomfortable with this. Please accept my apology. Nevertheless, the epic is called On This Evil Pony Mare. We've currently published 3 cantos of an intended billion, which we're releasing serially. It'll probably come up if you look up On This Evil Pony Mare, but let's not get ahead of ourselves, eh? So thank you to Claire for the opportunity, and I hope everybody has a good time. With the prefacing quote from Gunslinger by Edward Dorn. It takes 900 years to explain one blown spark of love, and you don't have that much time, amigo. Like 2 ugly babies conjoined at the hip, the epic begins in ruckus and disharmony. That is what we were, 2 ugly babies, mangy babies, fussing at the hip sprout as any ugly mangy double baby would. The Yankee Albion Proto-Indo-European boys doomed to each other with a myth that weighed like a too heavy backpack. Thus we were, and so we wailed. Our cow was a dog. It died giving birth, hips pained and splayed. By the beginning it laid, big egg laid by bigger dog, milking retriever, with the strength for one last golden sniff at its progeny, reverentially, beneath the splotchy shell and albumen, and then she passed. Big dog corpse was enough corpse to make a world, but the world it made was our love, for there was already a world. And before that, what? Before our birth, what shadow? Before the egg, well, sin. Tectonic plates that produced a million pubescent volcani. Certainly no flowers. I didn't know flowers before you. And you grew in such mud? In anemic bilge soil, fed water, mirrorless as mine? It's hard to grow a story there. Preen petals for the other, but you make sense. Beauty never without its dialectical punchline, waiting retro in repose, waiting for you to come and tell the setup to its wisdom joke. What you were I can't imagine now, but can't imagine you as anything else. And I am in egg with you, infant and hatching and gene-fused as baby. I think more on your ugly. Would someone any better know the value with which to mint themselves? Purity seems, from my brief infancy as a dog-born baby of some holy degree, albeit vulnerable to it all, and empoemed, to need making, inventing with the greasy hands of an industrialist. Your regrets and transgressions against the smiling side of youth in the human face were so like mine that I saw a syzygy, and moon and sun aligned above our trembling egg, and maybe that was warmth enough to set the mould. You have a delicate steam engine mind. My hatched eyes opened first upon you, already Greeked as to change it all, and I feel as though you should have been born with a crown of thorns. I feel as though, with the strongest of love, you shouldn't have been born. But you were, and again, under sign of silence, in plateaus lost to Google Maps, in one egg by a dead dog soon to be clamoured in childish play, ripping out tufts of our love with kid hands and poking fingers Freudian into its bowels. The egg, our first calcium, we suckled shards and we kicked sand, and all this was before the invention of bread, the recession of an alcohol-based spiritual economy, and not long after we got spread by winds that fed on movements to disfigure earth, and so were separated by a cruel ocean, a bitter thalassa, stepmother-in-law, with less care for our infinity than for them sailors, lovely manly mould, rotting cold and undersea, brown and dawning skinned and empty, far beneath the whirling wind. Hark! The Atlantic was thus wise and ancient's bitch, but with inert heart and mind, schemes we could not blame but conquer, as inertly as they came to be, you try. Nothing special, to be born like Romulus, Remus, pie-born before time. Everyone shares the same fate and love. Can be 2 babies, dangerous and free, Alex G. With naught ahead but Iliad and Odyssey. Homer, just as archetypical as his Simpson, million years later, demon of persona, ever same with us all. If my brother ate me an egg, yet born, I'd eat her as atoms. Take that! Was it a cruise ship, prison of the mind, or did the sea simply grow there? Our sinews snapped, or stretched, or flew, or else I wouldn't be here, bedroom light as sun, having to imagine stinks through a ThinkPad. No longer conjoined, like reality TV show, split apart and not to grow. Time was different when we were babies. Cavemen bartered missiles and big stick futures, and lizards, poor things, had to live in them. And said things like, I liked the Timurid art better, citing Funeral Procession Folio 35R from Mantique Altea, Language of the Birds, and struggled to appreciate the candor of their Neolithic memes. Needless to say, can you blame me for forgetting what voyage slaved us apart? Whether pleasure or fate or original sin, whether that voyage is pre-built into heart. And now Claire has allowed me to recite 1,300 proverbs that I've curated, which will take a couple hours, not that long. The first... okay. Shit, okay. It's probably okay. Sorry. My landlord's really pissed right now because I tried to steal his car. I'm gonna have to do the rest of these next time. Sorry. I'm sorry. Claire, if you can, refund me for the amount, $1 per proverb, I would appreciate that.